Live here in historic Walsh Gymnasium, after Seton Hall women's basketball had a dominant wire-to-wire performance, they took down the Georgetown Hoyas 91-62 on a historic performance here in historic Walsh Gymnasium. Wilnir Lewis alongside Louie Pasculli, and Louie, like we mentioned, history being made here in this newly renovated historic gym.
Oh, it was amazing to watch, Wilnir. They were on fire throughout the entire first half, and really the game as well. Like you said, 19 made three-pointers, beating the record by 2. They were firing on all cylinders. What a fantastic comeback game after losing pretty big last time out. They come home, and now they're playing very well, breaking a three-point record. The offense was firing on all cylinders, and Andra Espinoza-Hunter leading the charge. 53
points in the first half, almost a season high for the Pirates overall from behind the arc, 19 for 31 from distance, good for 61%. And here is head coach Tony Bozzella talking about making some history here in Walsh Gymnasium.
We let them flow, to be honest with you. This is how we used to play. For those of you who've been around the program, you've been around the program forever. We need to get back to that. And we talked about it and worked on it a little bit. But if the kids don't want to do it, we're not going to do it. But if the kids want to do it, and I know they do, then you'll see us play this way the last 9 regular season games and then into the playoffs.
91 points scored for Seton Hall, and a lot of those points came by way of the leading scorer for the Pirates, Andra Espinoza-Hunter. She had 25 points after scoring absolutely nothing the last time out. Louie, what does that mean just to see, a person of that caliber being able to have a short-term memory and bounce back the way that she did?
It means everything for this team, Wilnir. Last game, as you said, she scored 0, which is pretty uncharacteristic. We usually don't see that out of her, but she knows it. She put that out of her mind. She was able to turn it on and turn it on big this game. As you said, 25 points. In the pregame, I mentioned her to be on the lookout for her and her offensive performance this game. She did fantastic.
Absolutely exceptional. 25 points, 9 for 14 from the field, 7 for 9 from behind the arc. And head coach Tony Bozzella took some self-blame as to why Andra Espinoza-Hunter hasn't been performing to her caliber. Here's what he had to say about her.
Yeah, she's not been herself for most of the year, to be honest. And Coach DeFalco and her had a long talk yesterday. I talked to her for about a minute. And then Coach Jose's been working with her the past couple of days just on building her confidence back up. And the staff did a really good job. I knew Andra was refocused. I could see it in practice yesterday. I could see it in shoot-around this morning. You'll see this type of Andra the rest of the year. I haven't done a good job probably coaching her, getting her the shot she needs or getting her the confidence she needs, but I know we're back on the same page. And she's going to be this type of player the rest of the year. There's no doubt about it.
Louie, as much as we've been highlighting the offense for Seton Hall, they really had some great defense as well against the Hoyas, forcing 19 turnovers, 13 of those turnovers coming by way of steals. Louie, again, when you're able to get your defense turning into your offense, that is basically Seton Hall's bread and butter.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about their offense, but defensively they played just as well. And it's not going to show up on the stat sheet, the effort that they put in, but it definitely would show up if you were watching the game. Fantastic effort all around. Andra Espinoza-Hunter, we already talked about her offensively. The entire game she was pestering the Georgetown Hoyas. She was garnering steals. She was making it really, really difficult for Georgetown to score. And Sydney Cooks grabbing 8 rebounds in this game. Defensively, they played fantastic as they did offensively.
Holding Milan Bolden Morris to 1 for 7 shooting, and once again, just pestering on defense. Head coach Tony Bozzella once again talking about just how well the defense was able to turn into offense in this matchup.
Played good defense against the ball. Obviously, we didn't rebound the ball as well against Morrow, but we played better defense, and now I think that carried over, and we need to do that. I thought in the first half we were able to get a lead because they had 0 offensive rebounds. In the third quarter, they were able to catch up because they got offensive rebounds. But if we could stay committed to rebounding the ball and being active in rebounding the ball, we have a chance to get in transition. And as you can see, this is the first time all year we've really gotten ourselves into transition and played the way we're capable of playing.
While it was a historic day on the court, it was also a historic day off the court as well, Louie. Not only in the actual date that we see with today being February 2nd, 2022. I mean, all of those twos. It's pretty interesting to be able to live at that time frame, but it's also the second day of Black History Month, as well as the day to celebrate girls and women in sports, with it being National Girls and Women in Sports Day. This day being even more impactful due to it being the 50th anniversary of when Title IX passed. And Louie, we can't really understand what it might be to be a woman in sports, but we have seen their impact really be felt over these past couple of years across the nation in the industry.
Oh, absolutely, Wilnir. And shout out to our camerawoman, Veronica Gale. She did a fantastic job on National Women's Day. But you're right, Wilnir. I mean, from top to bottom, we see the continued impact that women have. And it's really fantastic. It's really empowering for us to be able to witness this.
I mean, like you mentioned, Louie, we have the performance on the court, but there is a lot that still needs to be done off the court. And it takes us to be able to kind of, shed that light on having more women in sports. And head coach Tony Bozzella talked about National Girls and Women in Sports Day and the impact that he has personally about the day.
Yeah, it is Black History Month and it's National Women's in Sports Day. And people you've had a lot of women go out and say a lot of things and stuff. But as a father to my daughter and a husband, I think I know I can be a role model too. And these women are people you want to be a role model. And yes, we are in the Black Lives Month for the whole Big East. But Seton Hall specifically, we want to really focus on it. Maya Jackson's done a great job of getting our team out there and really, understanding the cause. It's not just, doing something, but it's understanding what we're doing. We've had a lot of people throughout our life, sacrifice a lot of things for our student athletes, and especially, Black student athletes do that. So we're proud to represent Seton Hall, because we have, obviously a good amount of Black student athletes on the team, but we're proud to represent Seton Hall as women as well. So I think it's a great combination that we have. And I know what we do off the court really helps us translate on the court to being great representatives of the school. And we'll continue to do that, not just in the month of February, but in all 12 months of the year.
Well, that will do it here from historic Walsh Gymnasium. Once again, Seton Hall women's basketball besting Georgetown 91-62. They'll be back in action in Walsh Gymnasium, which originally was supposed to be on the road, but will be at home due to some inclement weather here against Xavier. Of course, you can get your coverage of that game on the social media platform Seton Hall PTV, as well as the YouTube channel that you're watching this on right now. But for Louie Pasculli and our camera woman, Veronica Gale, I've been Wilnir Lewis. Thank you for watching this episode, and make sure to subscribe and check out all of the other content that we have on Pirate Television.